We all want to live a happy life, a life with a sense of direction, living out our purpose and our passions. We want a feeling of inner peace and of joy. Surprisingly, this is much easier than you might think. We have just never really been taught the basic steps of connecting with that inner awareness and use it to facilitate the life that we truly want for ourselves and for our loved ones and so forth. I'd like to invite you to this Castle course. It's a Masterplan course called Conscious Life Leadership. And throughout this course, which lasts 6 months, I teach you how to find that sense of direction and to live out your purpose. And I call it, therefore, the path to both professional and personal success. There are 3 things mainly that we want to cover during this course. We're going to start out with an intense learning weekend at the beautiful Dalund Castle, which I can't wait to show you. It's like out of a fairy tale. The 3 things, let me go into these a little bit. First of all, I would like to teach you to connect to your inner true being. As we want to live a happy life, this is one of the first steps to do that. Everybody has an inner core, true nature of being where there is a sort of a state of happiness. So this belongs to everybody and this can be unfolded for everybody. The problem is that we have veiled that process because we get enormously enmeshed in the content of experience, the drama in our life, the thoughts and the feelings and everything that goes on with perceptions and sensations. With a little bit of learning, you can rather quickly tune into that inner, deeper awareness, which is going to make a huge change for you and how you experience your own life and how you experience people around you and connect with people around you and the world as such. So that is the first step we want to do. Secondly, I would like to teach you to have a practice. Now, a practice is a way of, turning theory into reality. We can read 10,000 books, but if we don't turn them into have an impact, of course, nothing is going to change. So it's very important somehow to have a practice. It's very connected to the first step of knowing your inner true being. So a practice, which could be mindfulness, it could be meditation as such, is not really a doing as such. It's more a way of being. But it's something that we have to practice every day to be more in tune with creating that correspondence between how we feel at a deeper level and how we think and do and say and so forth. Living that authentic life, that is so important that we live, because once we do that and understand how to do that and do it in practice, then that feeling of harmony evolves within us and we live a life with much more inner peace and so forth. Finally, I want to teach you to self-inquire at a much deeper level than you probably have been taught anywhere. You can only go as far with other people as you dare to go with yourself. But to create that life of fulfillment and meaning and success, and here I talk about what is, we need to understand what is success to you, because it may be something entirely different to somebody else. And to do that, to start that journey, we need to understand your core values. Your core values are your guiding stars in your life. They're going to reduce the complexity in your life. They're going to make decision making so much easier. There too, we need to understand what are your value activities. Value activities are about what you love to do. If you look around in your room, you probably start noticing that there are indicators of what you love to do. If you love dogs, there will be different dog books about dogs, about nutrition or whatever. If you love boat building, then you'll have stuff about that and so forth. On top of that, we want to understand what are your drivers, what motivates you, what are your passions, what are your visions. And only, and first and foremost, when we know you and we have a deeper understanding of the core of you, then we can start talking about where does it make sense that you go? In which direction does it make sense that you walk? In other words, we need to know who you are to say what is your passion, your path of passion, what should be your goals, because otherwise we risk, saying here is you, here's your goal, and they don't match at all. We want to make sure that there's a perfect match between those two. So when you get up in the morning, you are full of energy and you feel the flow and you just can't wait to get going. And that's, of course, where the magic starts to happen, right? Sometimes when we walk out on a path that is not really connected to us as a person, everything feels kind of dreadful, doesn't it? I mean, we feel like we don't have success with what we do, and we don't really want to get up and get going in the morning. We'd rather stay in bed and just read a book, and we have a lot of excuses to do something else than what we are actually supposed to do. I want to take you out on this path, what I call your path of passion, where it's not about so much reaching your goal, even though we'd like to do that as well. But it's also about, getting you on that path, that journey where you love what you do every day. So this is going to be an incredible journey. We start out at Dalund Castle, where we have an intense learning weekend. We'll have 9 learning sessions, 3 practice sessions, and then we follow up after that weekend. And this is really important. Then we'll have feedback sessions, and we have 4 personal conversations, you and I, to follow up on this plan, because that's what happens when you know yourself and you know where you want to go, and there's that perfect match between what is success to you and where you are going. Then we can plan for it, and we can start saying, okay, what do you need to do long term? What do you need to do short term? And we can make an actual plan. What do you need to do today to make sure that you walk in that direction of success for you? So then we have 4 personal conversations, and throughout we have a network group where we can reach each other, and I can give you some guidance. You can ask questions if you like. And finally, in 6 months' time, we wrap up the course with an online workshop where I tell you how to build that success, continue that success into your life as you move on building and creating your own success. This is going to be an incredible journey. I have done this with so many people, and I can't wait to meet you, and we can change your life as well. It's not difficult. This is something that I can explain to my 14-year-old daughter. She understands it fully. So when I teach this to people, the common reaction is, oh my God, why have nobody told me this before? The problem is that we should teach it in school. We don't. Your parents have not been able to teach you because they were never taught this knowledge. But thankfully today we can learn from the past mistakes, and we can start walking on that path of passion and experience that joy and inner feeling of peace that is going to create a meaningful life for us. And I might add that this is going to not just be a great thing for yourself, this is going to improve the lives of everybody around you as well. So call me and reach out to me if you have any questions. And otherwise, I just look forward to seeing you at Dalund Castle, where we start out at this magic place on earth for an extraordinary life journey that is about to begin.